And now we are in front of the camera.
And now I lost again.
And I won again because I'm better.
No.
According to the standings, I am. So, what do you say to that?
The standings are stupid. Those standings always been biased towards me since day one.
Okay.
Even when I was 3-0, they still had me in third place.
Well, here are the Week 6 results from our fantasy league. I played against Brendan, a.k.a. Compton Cryptrip. And this week is notable for all of us having the most combined players on bye weeks. I think it was 15 total. Caleb had 5, in fact.
This was my worst bye week, and I should have seen it coming. I should have better prepared for that.
Yeah. I had both my Seattle players and Keenan Allen on a bye, so that affected a lot because usually I have both my Seattle players in. But
see, like all my best players are out this week. Russell Wilson, DK Metcalf, Josh Jacobs, Michael Thomas hasn't played for me yet.
It's all part of the strategy.
Yeah, but
and so Kyler Murray had a weird type of day against Dallas, because if you look at his like passing percentage, it was like horrendous almost. 37.5 passing percentage. He threw 9 for 24. Still managed to get 2 passing touchdowns though, and he carried the ball 10 times, which is the second highest so far this season for him, for 74 yards and a touchdown, making it his second highest scoring in fantasy game, despite the 37.5 passing percentage. So I guess I got lucky there just because Dallas defense is ass. And that's another reason why I put him in after all. Especially when Aaron Rodgers, thank God I benched him, he did so bad. He threw 2 interceptions. One of them ended up being a pick 6. They held him to under 50% in passing. No passing touchdowns. Under 200 yards as well. And he only got to carry the ball 2 times for 14 yards. It was a 3.8 in our league, 3.8 fantasy point game. The lowest he's had before that was 19.
I think this is probably the worst game he's ever had, or I've ever seen him have in recent history at least. But like,
this was bad.
Aaron Rodgers is known for not throwing any picks. He's known for like throwing 2 interceptions the entire year, not in a single game. Like, this is really like the Bucs defense just dominated. Mm-hmm. And I even had the Bucs defense and should have put them in, but I just assumed that since Green Bay is such like a high scoring team that they would score a crap ton on the Bucs, but the Bucs defense just dominated them.
Yeah. So that was the big kind of headline for me this week. Other than that, everyone else did well. Colts did ass at first, but they kind of brought back. Still not like their best fantasy performance ever. I took this guy named Jason Sanders as a kicker just for this week against the Jets because he was just off of a 22-point game against San Francisco where he did 5 total field goals and then 4 extra points. So I was like, yo, he hasn't missed once so far this season. I'm going to put him in and see what happens. But he didn't get a lot of field goal tries only because they scored so many touchdowns. So he only ended up with like a normal amount for a kicker, I guess. Also, they kind of like blew out Jets as well, and then they weren't like really trying to score. It was more of like a defensive thing for Miami.
Kickers are, I feel like, the most underrated players on a team because like if you get a good kicker that averages like 10 to 15 points, that can like make or break your week.
Right.
Because like mostly average kickers get like 5 to 10. Well, I guess like I shouldn't be basing it off of like our league, but like normally kickers stay normally average, like the mediocre ones. But if you get like the top 5, then that could make or break your season.
Blankenship did a bit better, but not as good as his other performances because for once we had more touchdowns than field goals in the game. The Colts did, thank God. Either way, it would have been just like a 2-point difference in that switch. My tight ends both did really well. In their games, I think Kelsey got 2 touchdowns. Kittle with just 1. I'm not sure. Did he just have 1? Yeah, it was just one, but he also had a 100-yard game, which was huge. Yeah, everyone else is just like whatever. Stephon Diggs obviously good. Actually, both my Carolina players who like been scoring a lot of fantasy points got like their whole offense. The Carolina offense got destroyed by the Chicago defense, so they didn't do that well. Yeah, that's all I really have to say on my side. On Brendan's side, he didn't even surpass 100 points in fantasy. I think that's the first time for him this year. I'm not sure. I mean, Tom Brady didn't have a great game despite that dominant win. It was more of a defensive battle, and I guess like running backs.
Mike Evans didn't do well. I feel like this is like an off year for him or something.
Yeah,
or
Mike Evans, definitely not.
He's not consistent at all.
Raheem Mostert didn't do great. They definitely were using some other sort of running plays, especially with like Deebo Samuel had a big running play for San Francisco and that big win for them. Mark Andrews didn't do well. Odell Beckham, that whole team didn't do well. Ravens defense started looking good, but then Philadelphia randomly started kicking it into high gears against them, and so they didn't end up with the best fantasy point number.
They were doing really, really well. They had like interception, I think. No. Yeah. But yeah.
His biggest mistake was not putting in DeAndre Swift, who had the game of his career so far in his young rookie career. 14 carries for 116 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Wait, he got rid of him.
No, he hasn't.
Where? Oh, okay, never mind. Okay.
Yeah, I guess they were still using Adrian Peterson that game, I remember, but for some reason they just went with DeAndre Swift more. So
didn't he get a touchdown too, Adrian Peterson?
I'm not sure. I didn't see.
I saw a few good carries from him that game, and he's looking like his old self.
Esposito Fries now 3 straight losses, and she lost to the Diabetic Nation. I've beaten this guy twice, and the 2 people who were once undefeated at 3-0 have both lost to him, so that's a bit weird.
Yeah, Sophia going like 3-0 start, now losing 3 straight. Her luck has turned.
That's really good for me, because if it comes down to a tie between me and Sophia, I have the better divisional record because I've beaten Trey twice, and she's lost to him and beat me, so she's 1-1, I'm 2-1. So that was good for me.
Is Licia in my division or your division?
Licia's in yours.
Oh, fuck. Okay. I was going to say, like, because, like, the Trey is in your division, and I lost to him, so that's good for me, because it's, well, not, like, good that I lost, but it's, like, non-divisional.
Yeah, it's not as impactful.
So I only have 1 division loss. Freaking Trey's team went off. Okay, well, never mind. Only, like, 2 people went off.
Yeah, it really, like, all of us had pretty low scoring, except Licia had the highest scoring for the week, but we'll get there. Derrick Henry went off. That's about it. That's really all we really need to talk about on his side. It was just Derrick Henry's day. He did pretty well towards the end against Buffalo, as we remember. But he wasn't getting a lot of carries, and he wasn't, like, breaking out a lot. He only had, like, 3 average yards per carry. But he still ended up with 2 touchdowns because of, like, goal line stuff. But against Houston, for whatever reason, he was just breaking out. 9.6 average yards on his rushes. 200 yards rushing off 22 carries. 2 touchdowns. And he had a couple of receptions for 52 yards as well. So he was just doing great on both sides.
I feel like he was due for like a huge game like this because he was kind of stagnant throughout the year, except for Minnesota where he got 119 yards and 2 touchdowns. But yeah, he just went off. And
it'll be interesting because Titans play the 2 best defenses, Pittsburgh and Indianapolis. And they play Indianapolis twice because of the division. It'll be interesting to see that, especially Pittsburgh is next week.
The Titans are 16-0 when Henry rushes over 100 yards.
Titans are being called the best offense right now.
I don't like that.
I hate it.
I don't like the sound of that.
Yeah, me neither. Mahomes did okay against Buffalo. It was nothing really special from him.
Yeah, his rest of the team, like, didn't do good at all. Like, Gurley didn't do good. Hopkins, Juju, Gallup.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because of the fucking 9 overall successful passes from Murray.
Yeah.
I don't know how many targets he had on Hopkins. We'll get to that, but yeah. Mahomes, I don't know what happened to Mahomes. It seems like he did okay. He just didn't pass as much. It was only 26 passes, which is a lot less than his other games. 80% a success rate on his passes though, which is better than any of his other
I
games.
kind of feel bad because we were like, Trey, you should put in Mahomes over Jackson. Why aren't you putting Mahomes over Jackson? Because Mahomes have been like performing like
And
way
all the
better.
other ones, it's
Yeah.
true though.
Yeah, but like for some reason his bench did like super good because like
Mm.
Jackson, his score line, he had like 186 yards, only 186 yards, one passing touchdown, but he had
100 yards rushing
rushing.
and a touchdown.
yeah, which made up for his passing performance. And then Deshaun Watson like lit up the game.
Because they went to overtime.
Yeah, he had like 4 passing touchdowns, 335 yards, and 26 rushing yards, which was crazy. And then McManus too on his bench. He had a crazy game.
Literally only field goals
Yeah,
that whole game.
like 6 field goals.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's more than fucking Mahomes got.
Yeah,
Kicker scored more than Mahomes.
that's crazy.
So, yeah, I think when it came down to Chiefs versus Buffalo, I think Chiefs just got the lead somewhat early and they just kind of rolled with it, like ran it a lot. I do remember seeing Allaire running a lot, but I don't know. It was just a very odd game. They just held their lead really well, and Bills didn't seem to have any answer for it.
Yeah. And then Sophia's side, like her entire team just flopped. Vikings defense was non-existent.
Negative. Once again. Their average amount of points is 0 for the entire season in fantasy.
And then like the Niners defense is not doing too good, but they still got.
She picked up Rams though.
Oh really?
Yeah, this morning.
And then Josh Allen is looking like his usual self. I mean, like last year, he's not playing like an MVP self anymore.
Yeah.
At least for the last 2 games. Elliott didn't go off. Miami's running back Gaskin didn't go off either. Well, I mean, he actually did pretty decent, 16 points in our league. Not too bad. That's like kind of mediocre. 91 yards and 35.
Okay, so it cut off briefly. I think all I was trying to say was Ezekiel Elliott's going to go downhill. If you think this performance is bad, it's going to continue to be bad just because they end up so behind because of their terrible defense. And the only way to catch up is if you're passing a lot.
And
Yeah, he's just not going to get in his hands that much.
Yeah. And then they also have Andy Dalton too. I don't know how that's going to play into effect.
Yeah, they're just not going to have enough possession because Andy Dalton's just going to, 3 and out or interception, something like that.
And then the rest of like Sophia's line just didn't do as well as they usually do.
Yeah, Ken Galladay did average. Gaskin did average. Thielen did average. Because of everyone else's flopping, average wasn't enough. She needed like people to like have pop-off performances like Derrick Henry did.
Yeah.
Because realistically, it was just Derrick Henry and Gronkowski with a good day from his side. And Broncos defense, sure, whatever.
Literally no one performed above average for Sophia's side, and that's why she didn't do as well and only had 91 points in our league.
Now we move on to Disgruntled. He lost a little.
Yeah, so like I don't understand because it's like I lose to Trey and I lose to Licia, like both bottom tier in our league. Like she's 2-4 now and I'm 4-2, but it's like so frustrating too, because like Licia wasn't paying attention like for the last like 3 to 4 weeks. She just wasn't paying attention, and like Titus has been like reminding her to do stuff.
Yeah, and she did.
And she like finally did, but like why does she have to choose like the day that she plays me to actually rearrange?
Who did well for her? It was just Julio Jones finally coming back, and Matt Ryan finally popping off on your side too.
Yeah.
Got their first win on the season.
No one was expecting that.
Yeah, I mean, no, Julio Jones, I expect that, baby.
Yeah, like that's his usual self. He just went off, and then Kenyan Drake like destroyed, but like her team is finally healthy, and when her team is healthy and actually playing how they're supposed to play, her team is actually scary, and she's going to be dominant like she was in week 1. It's just that she got super unlucky with like injuries. Her top player is getting injuries, and
she's lost Saquon Barkley on her roster.
Yeah, she needs to move that to IR or something or get him off. A mixture of she wasn't really paying attention to the league because she's not like too into football. If she just needed to switch a few people around and have good luck on injury reports to actually do really good.
Yeah, it's so sad that the one person who isn't like that into football or like the person who's least in the football also got the worst luck with injuries.
Yeah. But like now that her team is actually healthy, I feel like she's going to go back to her normal self of winning and actually dominating, cuz like when all of her team is like actually healthy, she's going to average like at least 120 points to 130 points each game.
It's not that impressive. I could beat her.
Well, yeah, but still. Like she scored my side, like
Cam Newton's not doing as great as people were hyping up in the beginning. Bill's defense is starting to slack now. Like there's a lot of pieces still falling off for her, I see.
yeah.
On your side, you could have put in Buccaneers defense and maybe even won the whole thing.
12 points. No.
Oh, just barely off,
Yeah.
but still, like.
I would have had 134 to 145. Matt Ryan blew up. He had a really good game. Sanders got hurt, and he was out like halfway through the third quarter and fourth quarter, so he wasn't able to play those. James Conner did average.
Right.
My team didn't do too bad except for like a couple players. I just had super bad luck with the bye, and I sure saw that coming because I had Michael Thomas, Russell Wilson, Josh Jacobs, Metcalf, and Lutz all having a bye. So I just had unlucky, but like I feel like my team actually performed really well.
Johnny Smith didn't.
Yeah.
Crosby didn't have a lot of chances to kick, and that's
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, but because like Diabetic Nation won with 122 points. I just got unlucky with me. I should have seen the buys coming.
All right, you would have beat him by 0.4.
Yeah.
If you played him.
This was like the closest game by far, but
Oh well, we'll get into next week's matchups and see if Caleb can finally get like his victory.
yeah,
once
mojo
again,
back.
His mojo back. Let's look into our last week's NFL predictions. So we both ended up doing 8-6, which is not great. Our percentages definitely went down overall. Combined, we had some good I don't know, upset predictions.
Yeah. It's just the
So-
teams that are expected to win didn't win. Well, I guess that's not true, but
Somewhat, yeah. But basically what happened. Houston versus Tennessee Titans went to overtime, and then they just gave it to Derrick Henry, and it was over from there. Because Houston Texans defense isn't what it used to be.
getting rid of Bill O'Brien, that was the right move because they still scored, 36 points thanks to Tennessee.
Yeah, they have a lot of life to them, but they're also starting at 1-5, so I don't know what they really can do from here to, like...
Tank for
really
Trevor.
No, they have Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson's the answer for them. It's just...
Yeah.
They just got started way too late. Now they're 1-5. Like, how are you going to make a season comeback after this?
Yeah.
It's going to be really hard.
Colts, Cincinnati. Colts came back from a 21-point lead.
Yeah, it was 21. Oh, and then in the second quarter, we made it, I don't know, it was like 21-24 because I think Bengals got a field goal at that point.
Yeah, so it was a close game, closer than I was expecting, but Colts pulled through with the win.
Yeah, Phillip Rivers had the most passing yards, I think, in a quarter for the Colts since Peyton Manning or something like that.
Well, how many passing yards did you get?
I don't know. In one quarter, in the second quarter, I don't remember. He threw for 235 yards in the second quarter.
Damn, that's crazy. Wait, how?
Oh, no. It's the third most in a quarter in franchise history. Peyton Manning did 247, but Dan Orlovsky, lol, did 240 in 2011. So...
That's like a crap ton.
Yeah, we got 3 touchdowns in that one quarter, and all of
Damn.
a sudden it was a game again. Bengals technically had 3 touchdowns in one quarter. The quarter ended right before they got their touchdown.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, we answered right back, and our defense was looking really nice at the end with the interception to end it from our rookie, who's a Rookie of the Year contender in my book, Julian Blackmon. Look up his stats, pretty good. Yeah, so we both correctly guessed Indianapolis, even though it was close. Also, I want to point out that I guessed Houston, and I was this close if it wasn't for Henry popping off. But anyways,
We both got the Minnesota Falcons prediction wrong because
yeah, we said Minnesota, and Falcons randomly decided to do good again.
right when we both like rooted against Atlanta too, because like we were on that train for a while. It's just we just thought that the Falcons weren't going to do good, and they didn't.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins was looking all right. Even though they have been losing, like, Kirk Cousins was looking all right ever since they played the Colts. And he had that disastrous game. But all of a sudden, he fell apart again, so. And
Yeah.
it's the Atlanta defense. Like, how'd that happen? So.
Well, they have Julio Jones. He was hurt for.
Well, no, obviously Atlanta offense has always been great.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the Atlanta defense really destroyed Kirk Cousins
Yeah.
somehow. And I just don't understand how that happened when they couldn't do that to anyone else. So, I correctly guessed Denver over New England, but for the wrong reasons. I thought Cam Newton was not able to come back after COVID this quick. And so when I saw he was, I was like, oh, New England won.
Yeah.
But I had already submitted my prediction of Denver from then. So
It came out true for you, but they won with just field goals, which is crazy.
on both sides, it was just field goals.
Damn, like no touchdowns. That's like such a boring game to watch.
I mean, Trey was hype as fuck.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Denver defense was looking really nice. So.
Washington Giants, I correctly guessed the Giants would win.
Yeah, I said Washington. I mean, I didn't really go off of much. I just felt like it'd be funny if the Giants lost again.
Yeah,
That was
but
about it.
I feel like that was just like a coin flip because like they're both bad and
It was a 1-point game.
What could have went either way, but my reasoning behind Giants winning is because of how many points they put up against the Cowboys, but they didn't put up as many points against Washington. But
Hey, Washington has a pretty decent defensive line, so.
Yeah. Ravens, Eagles. I was assuming that the Ravens was going to win, but the Eagles, I just wanted Eagles to win because like how big of an Eagles fan, and I still had a little hope. So now I'm just going to root for the Eagles the rest of the season because fuck that rooting against them. But they made it a game towards the end of it. Ravens just dominated throughout like 3 quarters.
Yeah, it was too little too late from the Eagles, as it has been in a lot of their losing games, but or their tied game at least.
Yeah.
Ravens, yeah, I guess Ravens just because why not? But like Ravens, they're slipping, dude. I don't know what. I guess it's just lack of passing efficiency, but it's just not looking that great. And then we had Pittsburgh destroying Cleveland, as I correctly guessed. I was like, yep. I mean, Pittsburgh's just that good.
Yeah, I was rooting for the Browns 'cause I hate the Steelers and I wanted the Browns to win. And the Browns were looking really good. They were scoring like high points. I don't know what happened to them.
Yeah, they slipped.
Panthers, Chicago. My boy Foles got another win. I'm happy for him. He's doing really good.
I was really hoping that Carolina would continue the trend to do better, but now it seems like they're just kind of a mediocre team until McCaffrey comes back. Because the only answer for a fucking Chicago defense like that is McCaffrey. Like, when you're not having McCaffrey... Like, Mike Davis has been doing great against the other, I don't know, okay defenses they've been playing. But when you're playing a Chicago top-caliber defense, you need your star running back. And in this situation, they did not. Teddy Bridgewater was flailing. He was not looking like the past 3 games where he's been doing better. Yeah, it was bad. Detroit finally got a win. No, I mean, not finally. They had a win, but they got another win, which is great, against Jacksonville, as we both predicted.
They should have had the one. Oh, wait, it stopped.
Okay, Detroit looking nice. Like, they're looking all right, actually. I don't know why I said nice. They're just looking all right. They'll probably not make playoffs.
They're looking a lot better than they did last year.
I think their offense is looking really great. Matthew Stafford, fun little statistic, he's now scored against every NFL team except the Lions.
Really?
Yep.
That's
Jaguars
crazy.
was the last one on the list.
Like a touchdown?
I guess so. I mean, what else is
Yeah.
able to score?
True.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
You're just not kicking field goals. So, yeah.
Wait, hasn't Peyton Manning scored against every single team?
I'm sure he has. I never said he was the first to. I'm just saying he's one of them.
Yeah, I was just like saying.
He probably has. I wouldn't be surprised.
But that's crazy to score against every team. You have to be playing.
Matthew Stafford is so underrated.
Yeah.
He's been in a bad organization for a long time, and he's just stuck by him for I don't know what reason. They've given him some nice targets like Calvin Johnson, for example, but they haven't had as good of a connection since then, like him and any other target.
Yeah.
They were hoping Galladay would be that. Galladay's looked okay.
Jones is...
And their defense hasn't been that great either. Detroit Lions defense. If they were doing better would be huge.
Yeah.
And DeAndre Swift, I mean, based off of last game, not bad.
Yeah.
I think they have a future in that running game right there. So their offense is looking better. It's just the defense that we're not too sure about.
I'm happy that they finally have a running back or two sets because like they went like 33 or 35 games or whatever without like 100-yard rusher, which is crazy.
That was really bad.
But I'm happy that I actually have a running back.
And to have a veteran presence for that running back as well, because like Adrian Peterson was the start. He was named the starter at a couple of points this season because they wanted veteran presence for DeAndre to learn under. I think that's a really good call.
Mm-hmm.
And like, who better than Adrian Peterson?
Yeah.
So Miami allowed 0 points from the Jets, which is the first time that's happened this season, I believe. I think Jets managed to get a score against every other team except Miami. But Miami only did score 24.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Like, if you have a lead, then you're not really in the scoring mind. But I'm really happy that Dolphins are doing good. I've been rooting for them to do good, because my cousin is a Miami fan, and like they're in the AFC, so they don't really like have any repercussions on the Eagles. So I always root for them every year, and they're actually doing really, really good. And I'm happy they're succeeding. They're 3-3.
Tua got his NFL debut. Fitzpatrick was really happy for him on the sideline, and now Tua is named the starter going forward.
I don't know about that one.
Which is, I think it's fine. I just think like it's a weird time to do it because Fitzpatrick has looked actually good.
Yeah, he has his magic back, and once Fitzpatrick has Fitz magic back, he's unstoppable. Like he has 1,500 yards already, I think, which is nuts.
I think what they're looking at right now is that they are in a division where Bills are looking really good. Well, they're kind of slacking now. And Patriots, even though they're slacking right now, could still end up, as Bill Belichick, they could start moving up. I think Miami realizes, hey, we got to win against the Jets, but that's the Jets. Like, we really need to start looking forward to our future and not just, the playoffs.
Yeah.
And we need to give this rookie some time.
Yeah.
To develop.
And Fitz Magic is a good veteran presence too for that.
Yeah, and that's why they did that in the beginning. I agree with that call. I just feel like you're 3-3 right now. Even though you won against Jets, like that's not saying much. So maybe if you really want to make that playoff run against, especially when you're going to have to face better teams in the future, I think it makes sense to try and shake things up.
Yeah.
Move things around. Even if Fitzpatrick has been looking nice, maybe you just need an extra boost. And Tua, like, of all rookies out there, he could do that.
Yeah.
So, he has potential. Green Bay is now defeated this week.
Yeah,
time this season.
That was so surprising, and I was kind of upset by that, but
that
like...
was so weird. Like, they were just... Oh, my God. Buccaneers defense is scary.
We said it before, but Aaron Rodgers just played awful, and the Bucs defense just lit up the world. Last time I'm going to be benching Bucs, that was a mistake, but like for how high-powered Green Bay's offense have been throughout this entire season, it was so weird only having them score 10 points.
Yeah, I'm very surprised, especially because Matt DeFleur, that coach, he's been looking really good for them, especially like last season they had a... What was it? 13-3?
Yeah, 13-3.
13-3 season for Matt DeFleur, and he started up undefeated 4-0. I was like, wow, this coach might be the truth. And then he just got exposed by this fresh Tampa Bay team.
Which is really weird, too, because they got, like, Devontae Adams back, too. And, like,
bad.
All right, Rams
lost
Niners.
divisionally. 49ers are actually looking like the 49ers. Once again.
They got Garoppolo back, right?
Yes. Well, Garoppolo was back last week, but he was still like shaken up, I guess, and he was doing really bad. They had to bring out the backup last week, even when Garoppolo was healthy. So it was definitely looking really bad. Kittle even had a low point for him, but Garoppolo came back. Raheem Mostert was back. Offense was moving and grooving. Defense was actually looking okay because Rams' offense was always looking pretty good as well. But
I think they're only a game.
49ers
Yeah.
defense has actually started to look pretty good again. I don't know who that guy in the secondary is.
For the Niners defense?
Yeah, because
Sherman?
no. Richard Sherman's still out.
Oh, okay.
But they got another guy back, and they started looking better.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Chiefs, Buffalo, that was a close game, kind of. I thought the Chiefs would come back with more vengeance than that after losing. They just didn't look too good.
Yeah, Chiefs looked okay. I think they just recognized that Buffalo was just like not doing great on the offensive side, so they could just hold on to their lead. That's the only way I could really look at it, is just like Buffalo wasn't keeping up offensively, so Chiefs didn't have to like put up much of a fight against their defense. Even though Buffalo defense is really great.
Allen is not looking like himself or looking like his first 4 games. He's on the downtrend now. As we assumed, it was kind of a fluke that he was on that big of a trend, but...
Oh, and now that, I should mention that now that Aaron Rodgers and Josh Allen had both bad games, Josh Allen had a bad game last week as well, I feel like the only clear answer at MVP is Russell Wilson as of right now.
Yeah.
Unless someone turns it around, like maybe Mahomes turns it around. Like Mahomes still hasn't had like a really bad game.
He's had good games, and then the bad games, quote unquote, it's just him.
His bad game against the Raiders was like not even that bad either.
Yeah.
Like looking at his stats, it wasn't terrible.
I feel like Wilson is the obvious answer for that as of now. See how it goes.
Yeah, Arizona beat Dallas. No surprise there.
Yeah,
Dallas is not gonna look good going forward.
I fucking hate this division so much. NFC East, like, why can't just one just do good?
The 2 best players in the NFC East are both out now for the season.
Wait, Dak is out for the season?
Yeah.
Really?
Definitely. That injury is gonna be out for the season.
Yeah.
No question.
Freaking like having his foot come off of his leg. I hope he comes up. I hope Dak recovers from that. I know I'm an Eagles fan, but like you never wish on your worst, or I would never wish on my worst injury or my enemy an injury that bad.
Yeah.
It's sad to see. And the crazy part is that that was a week and a half ago that he was injured, and he still has the most passing yards out of any QB in the league. Right. After being like out for like week and a half.
I guess the storyline on Arizona's side is that they're keeping their playoff hopes alive after being called the worst team in the NFC West, which makes sense. It's Seattle, San Francisco, who was just in the Super Bowl, and Rams, who was in the Super Bowl year before.
Yeah, best division in the league now.
Yeah, it's gonna look really interesting because, man, now that San Francisco is coming back from their injuries, like they're not far behind from the rest.
Yeah.
Like they're 3-3. Rams are 4-2.
Wait, no,
Seattle...
isn't the Cardinals 4-2 now? Or did you?
I said Rams are 4-2.
Oh, okay. Never
Arizona's 4-2. San Francisco's 3-3.
Oh, okay.
And Seattle's undefeated, obviously. I think Seattle will definitely have the first berth or like whatever. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? They win the division. It'll just come down to like Rams, Arizona, San Francisco, who can get that wild card spot. And it's possible that 2 of them can. And like technically 3 of them can. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Imagine like an entire division just like being in the playoffs.
Yeah,
that would be like crazy.
Happen.
I think
because like when all those good teams are playing each other, like those are a bunch of losses racking up. That's why it's so impossible for like a whole division to make it in, because like they have to lose to each other, obviously. Yeah. So
I want that to happen like so bad. I just want an entire division just to be in a freaking playoff seed. That would be like the best thing ever. I feel
like it'd be interesting.
Yeah. So do you want to?
Like they have some cool storylines in the division, like Richard Sherman going from Seattle to San Francisco. That's always a classic.
Yeah. Do you want to go over transactions now? Because there was
There's a few transactions in our league. Very quick, like nothing huge. Esposito Fries had the first pick, or I don't know, like the priority. She dropped Vikings defense, good on her, and picked up Rams defense, which has been the best available option. I think they've been averaging 6 fantasy points per game. They have Aaron Donald. That's about it. You dropped Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
You now are down to 2 quarterbacks.
And I picked up Travis Fulgham on the Eagles because Travis is like the literally only receiver on the Eagles that's actually catching balls. And even if Sean Jackson and Jeffrey come back, he's still going to start. I feel he scored a touchdown in every single game. He had 31 points 2 games ago, so I picked him up, and I wasn't using Joe Burrow anyway. I was just going to transition from Matt Ryan to Wilson, so I just wasn't using him. He was just like an empty spot.
And then I had the last priority because I'm looking nice as fuck in this league right now. And I got Young Ho Koo.
Didn't you originally have him in the beginning?
I picked him up originally, but then I saw Blink. I noticed that Blankenship was doing well. So I had Gould and Koo. Because Gould's on the same 49ers. He's like a veteran, you know.
Yeah.
Like that was just like because like I don't know how kickers gonna shape up. There's always new kickers every season, you know. So I just had him as a veteran, just like, you know, see how it goes. He's been doing all right, but I saw that Blankenship was available, so I dropped Koo, took Blankenship. He's been doing great for me. Probably going to still be in overall, like, going forward.
Mm-hmm.
But Koo he's position ranked number 3
Yeah.
out of the kickers, and he's a Falcons guy. I got rid of my only Falcon, who was Todd Gurley, and I really wanted a Falcon on my team. So I was like, hey, I'll just take him. He had a 20-point fantasy game against Minnesota. 1 from 1 to 39 range, 2 from the 40 to 49 range, 1 from the 50-plus range, and then 4 freaking extra points. You thought McManus had a great game? He did. Koo did slightly worse, but
yeah,
still amazing.
Yeah. Like, if you can get a kicker to get 20 points, that's, like, so crazy.
He's actually missed 2 extra points. But that was early on. He's a new kicker.
And a field goal.
And he's missed 1 field goal.
And then I freaking drop Zach Ertz, which may be a bad decision because I feel like since I dropped him, he's going to start popping off. But, like, for the first...
I won't be needing him.
Yeah, but, like, I hope no one sees it that I dropped him.
I'll tell Sophia. She's going to want him.
Yeah, but, like, he's been doing really, really, really bad. And I didn't see any trade-in option for him because, like, if someone...
Oh, and he's injured.
And he's injured. So I couldn't trade for him because no one's going to want an empty spot for like 3 to 4 weeks, averaging like 10 points. His best game was 14 points, which is terrible. He's been averaging like 4 to 7 points per game. So I just needed a new tight end, which is really sad because like I held on to him for like 6 weeks in a row and I didn't want to drop him because he's like my favorite tight end in the league, but I picked up the guy from Green Bay.
Tanyan, yeah, he's been looking okay.
And then so let's just go to the predictions, but I think we forgot to go over transactions last week.
No, we didn't.
Did we? Because I don't remember going over Fournette and Bell. Because like I also have Bell on my team.
Oh, because those were later transactions. We recorded on Wednesday and those happened on Thursday.
Okay, so I'm just going to go briefly. I'm not going to spend much time into it. Diabetic Nation dropped Noah Fant. A couple days later, Alicia dropped Dak Prescott because of his injury and picked up Gardner Minshew.
Gross.
Titus dropped Robbie Gould and picked up Sanders. And then I dropped Julian Edelman and picked up Bell, hoping that he does good. Esposito Fries dropped Leonard Fournette and picked up Myles Gaskin. So that's just a brief overview of what happened last week.
Leonard Fournette has like not been looking great.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think he had like 1 or 2 maybe good games.
Actually, did he have a good game last game? I feel like he did. Did he not?
No.
He didn't even play.
He had 1 good game, 27 points. I was about to trade for him too after that 27-point game, but good thing I didn't. But yeah, that's just a brief overview of what happened after our Wednesday podcast, but let's go to...
Who's the other freaking Buccaneers running back?
Oh, Jones. He's playing so good.
Oh.
He's playing lights out. He's like...
Lights out.
Lights out.
Okay. We can go into these new matchups. Week 7. Divisional matchup between me and Esposito Fries. I'm 4-2 now. She is 3-3. She can tie it up in our division if she beats me. Right now, I'm looking... like I'm gonna win as far as win probability says.
54%.
So Josh Allen versus Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is looking better than Josh Allen as of recent, but Josh Allen will be playing Jets, so like free. But Kyler Murray is also playing Seattle defense, which is can also be considered free. Not as free, maybe, but whatever.
I think this is going to be the closest game this week.
Maybe. Hopefully. We'll see. Ezekiel Elliott will be playing a Washington defensive line, which is... Chris Carson will be playing an Arizona defensive line, which is better, I think. Kareem Hunt will be playing Cincinnati. Like, what? It's fine. As long as, like, Cincinnati doesn't get the jump on Cleveland early. But I doubt that will happen. With Myles Garrett, no way. David Johnson playing Green Bay on her side. I don't know. I don't think Johnson's been doing that great. But, like, they keep saying that he's bound to have a good game. But so far he hasn't. We'll see if Godwin and Tom Brady's connection will improve after last game against the Raiders. On my side, I have Keenan Allen, who is questionable against Jacksonville. If he, I think he's just listed as questionable because he was out the remainder of his last game, but they've had a bye week since then, and I think their coach was like, yeah, he's going to be fine, don't worry about it. And they're playing Jacksonville, and it's Keenan Allen, so I think that would look good. Stephon Diggs against Jets, beautiful. So I'll be collecting some of the points that Sophia gets from that Josh Allen thing. She has DJ Moore in, who's like hit or miss. Depends on the defense they play. They'll be playing New Orleans, which I feel like New Orleans defense has been doing better, but we'll see. Our tight ends. She has Evan Engram in, who hasn't been doing great. I think she needs a better tight end. She should probably put in Darren Waller. She has Darren Waller and not putting him in.
Yep. Well, it is against the Bucs defense, to be fair.
I will stay quiet. I'll let someone else take care of that. I'm putting in Travis Kelce over George Kittle, and here's why. Travis Kelce has been looking really good.
I still want to trade for him. I will literally give...
Shut up. He's been looking pretty good the past couple of games. Mahomes-Kelce connection. And against Denver, even though they did like shut out Cam Newton. I feel like Mahomes is a different type of quarterback than Cam Newton. And I don't think Cam Newton has the best receivers ever. I don't think they really have like a tight end.
Yeah.
A great tight end. Whereas Kelce, he's one of the best in the business. As of right now, people say he is the best in the business over Kittle.
I want him so badly. I'm so depleted in tight end. I would literally give up.
And the reason I'm putting him in over Kittle is because Kittle's playing New England. And for some reason, the New England defense is really great against tight ends. I was looking, and apparently all the tight ends that New England has played against, they made sure that they got less targets, less yards per catch, less touchdowns, like everything. And they've played some good tight ends. I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head. Oh, Gesicki. Mike Gesicki is one of them. And, man, I'm just trying to remember. Who else has New England played? Oh, they played Darren Waller as well. Yeah. And Greg Olsen.
Yeah.
You know, those sort of guys. Like, pretty solid tight ends have not been doing well against them. So I'm like...
And Kelce.
And Kittle's, like, obviously better than... Oh, yeah, and Kelce as well.
Yeah.
Kelce didn't do well against them either. I totally forgot. So I'm holding back Kittle just for this. I want to see if he does well. Obviously, I hope he still does. But I know Kelce will do well anyway, so that's why I did that. And then the rest of mine are Mike Davis, you know, the replacement for McCaffrey against New Orleans. Steelers defense against Tennessee.
Well, I mean, like, you can't because of the Colts.
Can't. My Colts defense has a bye, and this is just a huge... Like, I obviously have nothing else to do, but I still think Steelers defense will come over top. Titans offense. That is my big prediction.
This is a big test for both sides, I feel.
Because it's the best defense in the league versus the best offense in the league.
Yeah.
Playing a 1 o'clock game, I think that's a shame.
Yeah.
I think it should be flexed, but...
Yeah.
Especially since Steelers defense, they have like, they're kind of bitter at the Titans for making them give up their later bye week, but you know.
Yeah.
And then Younghoe Koo as my kicker, since Blankenship is also having a bye. On the rest of her side, her flex is Kenny Golladay, which good choice. 49ers defense against New England. Good. Seeing how Patriots did last game, that makes sense. 49ers defense is looking better, and then Butker, obviously the veteran option.
Let's go over to half lesbian thespians because I want to save mine for last. This is going to be 2 and 4 teams going up against each other. I hope Trey wins because he's not in my division, so hopefully he pulls off the win. But 2 of the worst teams in the league playing up against each other. I feel like Licia is going to dominate though. I just don't see any way. You
don't see any way Trey could pop off? What do you mean? After Derrick Henry's performance?
Yeah, but like, okay, like there's like
I know it's against Pittsburgh, but I still think Derrick Henry could pull it off.
Yeah,
Even when I'm putting Pittsburgh in
Yeah.
his defense, I can still see an option where Derrick Henry pops off, but Tannehill like sucks.
Wait, okay, I guess I can kind of see Trey's team popping off, but it's like 3 guys, Mahomes, Henry, Hopkins, that should pop off. Hopkins haven't been playing well. He's due for...
Hopkins has been playing well.
I meant like...
He's just not been allowed to play well.
Okay, I guess...
because Kyler Murray is a dual threat and for some reason inconsistent.
Okay, Hopkins didn't play well last weekend, so he's due for a monster game this week.
This is true. It's against Seattle defense as well. So.
Gurley going up against Detroit defense. Juju.
Gurley has been looking better as well.
Yeah, but like Todd, I feel like he's the main back now because he's had some light off games. But Juju too, he's due for one. I don't know why the Steelers haven't been utilizing him because of Claiborne, is that his name? Claypool. He's been doing good, but like I don't know. Smith-Schuster is like the best receiver on that team. I don't know why he's not being utilized.
Well, I mean, when you just have a lot of options, obviously it's going to be dispersed.
Yeah, that is true.
Whereas like beforehand, it was like, oh, Smith-Schuster is the option.
Yeah.
But now you have Claypool on the rise, and it's like, oh, well, now Roethlisberger can mix up defenses on their coverage options.
That is true.
And, obviously you want to have as many great weapons as you can.
And then the Broncos defense, Jerry, Jeudy, and McManus. McManus should get a lot of points, too. Jerry, Jeudy is too inconsistent to tell, and the Broncos defense against the Chiefs offense. I don't know why he's putting the Broncos defense against the Chiefs offense.
Just whatever, dude.
I want to tell him. I need to tell him.
But I don't think he's updated it since last time.
I mean, you put McManus in. You didn't have McManus in last time game.
Oh my God, he's updated.
But on the other side, Alicia, like, she has a healthy Adams back, healthy Julio Jones, Cam Newton, Drake, and thanks to Seattle's defense.
Drake hasn't done that great, especially because they have other running backs as well. I think it was just like a kind of...
Why?
I think it was just a weird game for him.
Yeah.
They just gave him more carries than usual. Yeah. It was just very unusual.
Why?
I wouldn't expect that again.
Why against me? Why did Drake have to like pop off against me?
That's how it happens, dude.
Yeah, but Joe Mixon's questionable.
I think this could be closer than you think.
I don't know. I just feel like Lisa's.
I think they have a equal amount of like pop-off potential candidates.
Yeah.
And
but
Adams Jones on Licia's side, and then Henry Hopkins on Trey's side, and then I don't know, Schuster on his side, Drake on her side. I feel like it's equal.
I want Trey to win. Really bad.
Okay.
I
don't really care. I'm enough ahead of him where it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Now mine. I have a 68% chance of winning.
He hasn't updated his thing, dude. Mark Andrews and Justin Tucker and Ravens have all have bye.
Yeah, but still. Okay,
Raheem
so he hasn't
Mostert's doubtful again? Oh no, 49ers. Come on.
But okay, so Brendan didn't do good last time. Which means he's going to have the best game of his life against me because he's playing against me. Every fucking time someone has a bad performance the previous week and I get all hype and confident that I'm going to win, they always have their best games.
Okay, well, who does he have the opportunity to replace with these guys right here? So his other kicker is Zane Gonzalez. Like who? His other defense, he doesn't have one.
So I guess that's a good.
I will have to tell him. Mark Andrews, his other tight end is Jared Cook. Like I don't think you have too much to worry about.
And his other running back is Kamara. Why doesn't he put in Kamara or Hill? I don't understand him. Or
I think
Jones.
Kamara had a really bad game, and ever since. Wait, no, he hasn't had a bad game. He had a bye week last week. He just hasn't updated it.
What about Hill though? Why hasn't he?
Did Saints have a bye week last week? Yeah, they did. Okay, I'm just making sure. So that's why he just hasn't updated. That's all. I'm pretty sure he has put in Kamara. He just had a bye week last week.
Yeah, but like he's gonna. Yeah, but
Aaron Jones, I don't know. I guess because
both blow. I'm so nervous about this game. Okay, so as of now, he has.
I mean, he was right about sitting Aaron Jones. He only had 13.
What still? 13 is really good.
Well, it's not really good.
Right.
It's Aaron Jones, dude. And then James Robinson had 15.
Yeah, true.
Raheem Mostert had
9,
but he got injured, so it's forgivable.
So he has Tom Brady, Mozart, Robinson, Evans, McLaurin, Andrews, Beckham, Ravens, and Tucker.
Isn't that McLaren?
Or McLaurin. Sorry.
No, I thought it was McLaren.
McLaren? McLaurin? Wait, did I say McLaurin? But that's his side, and then he just has to fix it because of the bye week and Wait, just do the draft. Getting drafted.
This is so stupid.
he has to do major switch up. But I'm excited to play because I got some new guys. I'm excited to see how they perform.
You're playing Le'Veon Bell first game? What is wrong with you? That is stupid.
Okay, so
you have Josh Jacobs and you're playing Le'Veon Bell first game? He hasn't had a freaking 100+ rushing game in a year.
It stopped. Oh. Right when you're about to get heated. Okay, let's wrap this up fast. But
I know you have to do something with Brendan. So.
Yeah.
You're playing Le'Veon Bell in first game when they have a rookie who's been doing good in Allaire.
You gotta trust the process.
That's not a process. That's just being stupid. You have Josh Jacobs. You don't deserve to have Josh Jacobs. Give him to me.
Josh Jacobs is playing a Buccaneers defense. I don't think they have the offensive power to do anything against them. And I'm putting the Bucs defense in. I don't want Josh Jacobs to go up against.
It doesn't matter. Your defense can still do well, and Josh Jacobs can still pop off.
I don't want to root for them.
That's so stupid.
I still have time. I'll make it.
You need to see what Bell does. This is how you lose a fucking Brendan. You're gonna lose a Trey Licia Brendan in 3 straight games because you're putting in Bell.
Sometimes you have to get ballsies a little bit, but okay. So I have Matt Ryan, James Conner, Le'Veon Bell, Ridley, Travis Fulgham, Robert Tuya, DK Metcalf, and Bucs defense and Lutz. So this could either really succeed in my favor or fucking blow up in my face. There's no in between at all.
I hope it blows up in your face.
I hope it doesn't.
I'm gonna be 5-2. You're gonna be 4-3. It's gonna be great.
Nope. I want to win.
Okay. Well. Let's get into our next week's predictions. We really need some better ones. I've already filled it out because I was bored, but it's your turn. So okay. I said Philadelphia over New York Giants. Do you say the same?
Yes. So do you want me to speed run through it?
I mean, if you're the one who has something to go to, so.
No, wait. No, Eagles are gonna win.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
Speed run.
Atlanta versus Detroit. Who you got? I say Detroit because I'm very conflicted about these two teams. I really love them a lot, but I'm saying Detroit just because I like them a little bit more.
You just said that really fast, and it was really, really funny. Okay. I picked the Lions because the Lions are going to actually do something, and they're actually a good team, and I want the Lions to win.
You think Atlanta's performance against Vikings wasn't convincing enough?
No.
Okay. All right. Cleveland versus Cincinnati. It's a divisional matchup.
Browns is going to win. They're going to have a comeback.
Battle of Ohio. Browns. Okay, I believe in that too.
Steelers, Titans. I'm going to.
The Battle of the Undefeated at 1:00.
Titans. I want to go against the Titans.
Wait, with the Titans?
Yeah, I'm going with the Titans on this one because their offense is dominant, and I feel like they're going to win.
It's going to be Pittsburgh. Just watch. New Orleans versus Carolina, another divisional matchup. Carolina didn't look so great last time, but they've also not been looking bad necessarily either. New Orleans, they're looking a bit better than they were before, but still not great.
This is a really hard one, so I'm going to just pick the Saints because I feel like they have more faith, and I think Michael Thomas is coming back, so I don't know.
That's true. Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't know.
Buffalo over New York, lol.
Bills over the Jets, easy dub. Cowboys over.
Cowboys, Washington, who you got?
Cowboys. I'm going to go for the.
Wait, you said you would never go with Cowboys.
Fuck. No, I backtrack. Sorry. This going speedrun got me all flustered. I meant to say the football team.
There you go.
Packers, Texans. I'm gonna go with the Packers on this one.
Yeah, me too. Fuck the Texans.
Seahawks, Cardinals. I'm going to go with this. Seahawks.
Oh, he's not going Arizona like he said in the middle of the season.
That's a really toss up because the Cardinals have
Is
been
it a cost toss up?
Yeah.
Seattle is undefeated, dude.
Yeah, but have you seen their defense?
It's not terrible.
This is the first
And
good
also, Kyler Murray wasn't that great last game either.
team. Yeah, but I don't know.
It was just Kenyon Drake. And Kenyon Drake is not that great either. It was just a fluke.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm still picking Seahawks. Yeah.
Shut up. Denver versus Kansas City.
Chiefs. Sorry, Broncos.
Yeah, I agree.
49ers, Patriots, 49ers.
I agree with that one. 49ers are looking a lot better. Chargers, Jacks.
Chargers.
Yeah, me too. Fuck Jaguars.
Buccaneers, Raiders.
I said Raiders. Hey, you put in the Buccaneers defense, so that was the choice you made.
I'm gonna say the Bucks.
Yeah, that's what I
Fuck
thought.
Tom Brady.
Rams,
Bears,
Chicago.
Bears.
Oh, really? You say Bears?
Yes.
They're 5-1. You think they can keep that up?
Look, I'm on the Nick Foles train. I'm on the Bears train now.
I think it's gonna be
Nick
Rams
Foles
all
to
the
Super Bowl.
way.
I hope the Bears go to the Super Bowl and win.
All right, so our disagreements are Rams, Chicago, Vegas, Tampa Bay, Dallas, Washington, Pittsburgh, Tennessee. We have 4.
You know what? Next week, I'm just going to be super annoying, and every pick that you pick, I'm going to pick.
So annoying.
Wait, okay. I just have one quick thing to say about the Miami game. I just zoned out and forgot to say it, but like during the Miami game, Tua came out on the field when it was empty and no one was on the field, and just sat in the middle of the field and took it all in. And I thought that was really wholesome and heartwarming, and I just wanted to say that. That's what I wanted to say. I feel like that should be momentum in this podcast. Eagles suck. I hate the Eagles.
Colts are amazing. They have a bye week.
If the Eagles lose against the Giants, I'm done.
All right, wrap it up.
Yeah. Bye. I love you.
No, you don't.
Shut up.